So today's video is going to be a 4-month baby update of little Riley Ray. So I actually have not done a sit down video of like an update of everything that she's been doing, how she's progressing and all that stuff. You do see stuff in the vlogs and I add things there, but I really haven't done a sit down. Although, wait a second, I did do a sit down and it was a 3-month baby update and I never posted it. I never got around to editing it. I think I got like really swamped during that time. So we're gonna skip that one. We're gonna go right to 4 months because she is 19 weeks old already, you guys. There's some moms that can remember the weeks like that. I legit have to look it up on a generator. It's crazy, you guys. It is flying by. She's getting so big. So we went to her 4-month checkup and she is 14 pounds and 9 ounces. She is getting so big, you guys. They like them to double their weight by 6 months. So she's already doubled it. So yay, go Riley there. And then also she is 26 inches tall. She is very, very long. She's actually longer than the norm. Right here, they say the average weight for 4-month-old babies are 14.2 ounces. That's crazy. So Riley is kind of close to that, 14.2, 14.9. So she's more on the lower end. She's always been on the lower end for weight. And then for boys, it's 15.4 pounds. But the average length for height for girls at her age is 24.4 inches. She's 26 inches, dang. And then the boys is 25.2 inches. She's just very, very long, but I'm not surprised. Both Joel and I were very tall. He's 6'2", I'm 5'7". We both have a lot of height in both of our families. Like my dad's side, my dad's 6'3", my grandpa was 6'6". Joel's mom is like 5'10", and then his grandpa was really tall. Like there's a lot of height in both of our families, so I'm not surprised there. So the average of what they're supposed to grow each month is about 1 inch in height, and she's been growing probably a little bit more than an inch because her birth weight was 6 pounds, 15 ounces, but she was 20.25 inches long. So she's already grown almost 6 inches, which she's probably grown exactly 6 inches now because they measured her like a week and a half ago. But that's why we were running out of clothes so fast, like so fast. She like skipped past 3 months. She was in newborn clothes for a good month and a half, you guys. And then around 2 months is when we started introducing formula, and that's when I noticed she really just started going like just started growing a ton. So right now for clothes though, what she's wearing 6-month Carter's and 6-month Nordstrom Baby. The only thing that she really fits in like still pretty well, that's 3 to 6 months, is Finn and Emma because they do run bigger. But other than that, she's about 6 to 9 months right now. I have her in Carter's. She still fits in her 3 to 6 month sleepers, but they're getting too small for her. Like you could just tell they're pulling on her. So I actually just upgraded her to 6 to 9 month sleepers this week, just so it's not pulling down her shoulders and her feet aren't smashed. But yeah, that's when I know to move her. I won't put her in anything that's like pulling down on her. Like, you know how you could tell with the shirts that they pull down? I'll move her out of those. I'm like, okay, you're too big for these now. I don't want this pulling down on your shoulders. Yeah, so that's where she's at right now. She's growing really fast. And from when I talked to my mom, I was about the same way. So I'm not that surprised. And I'm sure Joel was the same way too. But from what I could tell with her is she's actually longer in torso than her legs. Her legs are a little bit shorter. She's like built a lot like me. Joel, he's long torsoed and long legs. I'm long torso, like all my height is in my torso, but I have shorter legs. Like I think my sister has longer legs than I do, and she's like 1 inch to 2 inches shorter than I am. I feel like Riley is about the same there, which is why she's outgrowing everything in length right here. Like bodysuits and stuff, they're just too short on her. I wasn't even able to wear like one-piece bathing suits. I wasn't able to wear overalls because back then they didn't have like, you know, for extra long like torso girls, they didn't have that back then. So I wasn't able to wear those. So some of the milestones that she's been hitting right now, she's rolling over from belly to back, which is awesome. She doesn't do it all the time, but she has done it a few times completely on her own, which is great. That's what they're gonna start doing. I have noticed now that she is grabbing her feet. So she's doing that happy baby pose. If you guys know yoga, it is the cutest thing. So she's found her feet and she's now grabbing them and kind of rolling. So I think she's gonna go from back to front here very soon. I would say in the next few weeks, she's gonna be doing that because I can see her getting close to it. So once we start showing her that, she's gonna pick it up. That's the biggest thing, is you have to kind of show them how to do it. and then they'll start like getting it, and like you just do repetition with them and they'll pick it up. She is also laughing now. She's smiling. She's talking up a storm. We think she's going to be an early talker. I have Courtney that watches her, and Courtney used to work in a daycare with babies. So it's funny because she used to work with babies in daycare, and then I used to work with toddlers, and she has a toddler right now. Well, she's not really a toddler anymore. She's going to be 5 here soon. Little Veda. I can't believe it. So it's like kind of flip-flop with us. Like she knows so much about babies, so she's been teaching me so much, and then I kind of help her out with Veda of like little fun things to do, like to help get her to like want to learn and stuff. So that's been a really nice. So I've learned a lot from Courtney, and Courtney said, because she's had a lot of experience with babies, she thinks that she's going to be an early talker because she just loves to chat up a storm. She loves to squeal. I've shown you guys videos of that. She's very, very talkative. And so far what I've noticed with her milestones, she's been about 2 weeks early with a lot of things. So that's been really good. But I feel like with her sitting up, we'll see how she goes with that. I think she's gonna be not 2 weeks early with that. I think she's gonna be right on par with that one, but we'll see how that goes. She does try to sit up. She lifts herself up probably about 3 inches, so you can really feel that ab muscles that she's building right now in her stomach. And they build those a lot when they bring their feet up and like grab them and stuff. That's them building their ab muscles for getting them ready for sitting up. So that's really good right there, but that means that we have to watch her even more closely now. She's holding up her head a lot better. We still do notice that she's a little bit weaker on her left side than she is on her right because she was crammed in the womb. So we were gonna take her to physical therapy, but in all honesty, we kind of noticed that, you know what, she's doing okay. We're just gonna keep working with her. And around the 6-month period, I think we're really gonna see if we need to go or not. But right now, I think she's okay, and I think she's gonna be just fine. We just have to work with her. So what we do is we go on tummy time, and we throw something. We have objects like that little baby shark now, we'll put that over there, that keeps her looking to the left, and that helps build that side. For eating right now, she drinks 4 ounces of formula every 2 hours. Crazy. So I actually went to the doctor and I was like, okay, I heard or I've read that they usually drink formula every 3 to 4 hours during the day. I go, why is she not doing that? I go, she needs to eat like every hour, 40 minutes to 2 hours. So when I told that to the doctor, she's like, how long is she sleeping at night? And I'm like, she's usually falling asleep around 7, 8 o'clock at night and sleeps until about 6 to 7. She has her nights where she does regress a bit and she might wake up a little bit earlier, but it's always usually on the norm, 6 to 7. So she's like, she goes, that's why. Because she is sleeping so long, she is just kind of filling up her belly constantly throughout the day to get that longer sleep at night. So if she didn't eat that often, then she'd be waking up in the middle of the night. So that was interesting there. I had no idea. So for formula right now, we actually had her on Gerber Gentle for a long time, and I really liked that because it had prebiotics and probiotics in it. It really normalized her poop. She was pooping 1 to 4 times a day. Whoever knew that we would talk about poop so much? I know, I never thought I would, but I never thought I'd be so excited for a poop either. We had her on that, and I really love that formula. But if you guys follow my vlog from yesterday, we actually found that she was getting a little constipated and she was spitting up a ton and she just wasn't doing well. And I was out and about and I came home and my mom was here and I freaked out. I was like, what is going on? So I called the doctor and it seems like she's a little constipated. So we actually had to switch her formula over to Enfamil Reguline, which is good. That's another one that I've researched that they say for 5 months it's either a Gerber Gentle that they would recommend or Enfamil Reguline. I always do a ton of research with what I'm giving her. But yeah, so that one is supposed to promote soft, comfortable stools. So hopefully that will help get her system. They said she would only have to be on it for a few days and you could probably put her back on Gerber. But in all honesty, I kind of want to watch how she does on this one with her spit ups. If her spit ups are getting less, then I kind of want to keep her on it because I want to find what's kind of best for her system. And they say at 4 months, their systems do change, which is why we're probably seeing this change right now all of a sudden. But honestly, when it comes to formula, it's all a hit or a miss. Like I always talk to my girlfriends, I'm like, what formula are you giving them? And they're all doing different things. It's because every baby's different and every baby is going to take a different type of formula differently. So some might spit up a ton of this one and then some might love this one, but your baby might hate it. Like, it's such a trial and error process and just doing your research on like the ingredients in them and just seeing what works best for the baby too and what they like the best. So it's definitely very trying, but luckily so far it seems like it's going well with the Enfamil Reguline. Okay, so for her 4-month sleep regression, it did hit her. We had probably about 2 to 3 nights there in a row where she was waking up at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and wanting to eat. And I was like, oh gosh, like what is going on right now? So I would have to get up and I would feed her. So that happened for a couple of nights. And then she was good. Sometimes I was able to give her the passy and get her to just go right back down to sleep, but sometimes she did have to eat. So that only happened for a couple nights, and then she was back on her schedule. She still has her regressions every so often. Like, she's not a perfect sleeper every single night. I don't think any baby is, but on average, she does sleep that span. But she does have her nights where she'll wake up at like 2 and I'll hear her fussing, and I'll give her a passy, and if that doesn't do it, then I have to feed her. But I try to get her to sleep through the night, because if I introduce that feed to her, she's gonna keep wanting that feed at that time. Yeah, that's what I've been doing, and it seems to be working out fine, because now she's pretty regular, but she did have her regressions there for a while, and I actually really noticed it more during the daytime than I did at night. Now in the daytime, she fights her naps like no other, although just starting yesterday, and I think she started feeling better because we also had to put prune juice in her bottle to help get her to like ease her stomach and get everything out. She slept for a really long time for her nap yesterday, which was good, because lately she's been fighting her naps during the day. She doesn't want to sleep. She wants to take a little cat nap. And you want them to get those naps during the day because it's actually really crucial for their development. They need to sleep. She hasn't had these naps like this in a while. So I think we're like kind of getting out of the storm right now, which I believe from Wonder Weeks. A lot of people always tell me to get this app. I've gotten it from the beginning. I love it. It tells you all about their leaps and what they're going through, their developmental milestones that they're going to be reaching, and how like they're noticing so much more right now. So right now she can actually see just as well as we can see. So when she sees that bottle, because she gets fussy before a bottle, but then when she sees that bottle coming, then she stops and she gets all excited. She goes like this. It's like the cutest thing ever. She's actually starting to come out of the leap right now. This leap was a very long leap, and then we'll get some sunny days, and then around 22.5 weeks, she's gonna hit it again. And that one's gonna be a while. Ugh, not looking forward to that, but you can definitely tell when they're in a leap. But this chart from this app works out really well, but also from what I noticed with Rye, she's a little bit earlier. So I've noticed her milestones, everything's a little bit earlier. So her leaps, I feel like, are a little bit earlier too. It's just kind of like what you learn with your own baby, because every baby is different, but it's really good to look at that to like figure out what the heck is going on right now. Because even yesterday I was like, my mom was like, she's not doing well. You can see it in her eyes. She's not this fussy. Like, Riley is a very easygoing baby that only really fusses over her bottle and if she's really tired. But that's it. She's very easygoing. Whenever I take her out and about, everyone's shocked by how good she is. Like, you never get a peep out of her. So that's when we knew something was going on. All right, so last thing I want to talk about is her sleep routine. So we aren't like huge sticklers for it, but she kind of already gets herself in it. So she's pretty easy going with her sleep, not like her nap times and everything. But during 4 months, especially if you have a more difficult baby, you're gonna want to try even harder with those nap times and that routine and sticking to it. It's very important for them because it makes your life easier and it makes them a lot less fussier. So definitely start a sleep routine. With Riley right now, we usually put her down around 10, and that's when she gets her hour nap, which we give to her in her nursery, in her crib, because we want her to get used to her crib. So for people that room share right now and you're trying to transition them to the crib and they're having a hard time, start taking them in there for one of their naps that you don't mind if they miss. So they're 1 hour naps. Her afternoon naps are like 2 hours, so we don't want her to miss those because those are the most important ones. But the one at 10 o'clock, we don't mind. And that kind of eases her into the room of like sleeping in there by herself. So that's my best advice for that. And if they're still having trouble, play with them in the crib. Let them see that it's a fun and safe place. Get them used to it. Get them used to the smell. It's so important. That's a great way to help transition them in the crib as well. And then for her afternoon nap, where she sleeps about 2 hours, usually starts around 12 to 1. Sometimes it could be pushed a little bit later depending how she's doing, but it's usually about 12 to 1 is when she goes down for that 2-hour nap, and then she's up, and then she'll go back down around, I want to say 5 to 6, and then she'll wake back up like after our dinner, and then I give her a bath, and then she gets ready for bed again. So, and then between all those, she gets her bottles like every 2 hours. So that's her schedule right there. She's fairly easygoing, but I think a lot of it also has to do with the fact that I am so routine based. I've always been one to have a routine. I hate it when my routine is thrown off. So I think that's what's made her a lot easier going. So if you guys don't have a routine or a schedule yet and you're at 4 months, start reading up on it. So I think that's what's really helped. So I definitely suggest looking into a sleep routine and a sleep schedule for them, because trust me, it will make them a lot happier and a lot more easier going, and will help them sleep longer at night. One last thing that I want to talk about before I end this video is also talking about my 4-month postpartum. I'm talking a lot about Riley, but I'm not talking about my journey right now. So I work out anywhere from, lately it's been 3 to 5 times a week. Right now I'm aiming for 5 times a week of working out, and that's been going really well. I do notice I have a little bit of pain still in my abs, but it's not as bad as it used to be. I'm really working on getting them stronger. I can actually do a full plank on a reformer machine for Pilates, which is huge, because for the first 2 weeks I could not do that. I just started being able to do that this week, which is awesome. So I'm noticing my abs are definitely getting stronger. I'm doing a lot of core workouts and stuff just to help build everything and lift up that pelvic floor, and just really strengthen that area, because if you don't, you're gonna have problems in the future, like with peeing and stuff. Like, you're not gonna be able to hold your pee, your bladder could drop. There's a whole bunch of things that could happen. So it's really important to get your body back into shape after having a baby, because it goes through a lot. And I'm also still doing Jenny Craig, actually going for my weigh-in tomorrow to figure out how much I lost this week. The first week I lost 2 pounds. The second week I lost 0.4 pounds. So sad, but that's because I had a cheat night for Valentine's Day, pretty close to a weigh-in. And then I only worked out 3 times that week because I was so busy. But this week I think we're back on track. So it'll be interesting to see how much I lost this week. But I want to also say, don't always look at the scale, you guys, because I have been working out a ton, and I know I'm building a ton of muscle, and muscle is more dense than fat. So it's gonna weigh more. So, and I've noticed I've been losing inches because of my pant size. I am wearing a 28 right now. My pre-pregnancy size was a 27, which therefore it's like a 27 is like a size 4 and a 28 is size 6. So I'm almost back down to my 27. So I'm like really working hard to get there. And I'm starting to fit better in my tops. My boobs are starting to go down. I'm back into a 34 around my bust area. Before I was a 36, which is really good. My boobs, my cup size is still pretty big. It's like a D. I used to be a 34C, but then through pregnancy, I was like a 36D, double D, and then now I'm like a 34D. So still working on that there. I don't know if my boobs will go back down because I've stopped completely breastfeeding now. I'm noticing my stomach is starting to get flatter, but it still has that little bit of excess skin there that I'm really trying to tighten up again. But yeah, I think you can even notice it in my face. My face has been slimming down again, but I still have a ways to go. I'm gonna continue keeping you guys updated on my weight loss journey in the vlogs and stuff. But yeah, I feel really good though. I have to say, working out makes me feel so good. It's also a nice little alone time too from Riley. I love her, but also during that hour where I get to focus solely on myself is really good for my emotional health as well as my physical health. So I suggest if you have a baby, try to find a hobby or something that you can just kind of get away for an hour and just get your me time back and get you feeling like you used to. Because I have to say, now that I'm starting to lose my weight, I'm starting to feel more and more like my old self again, and I'm starting to feel like I can move, I'm agile again, I'm quick. I've always been very active. And so I'm really happy with where my progress is going, and I've been losing the weight gradually, which has been good because I haven't gotten any stretch marks. So I've been very, very lucky with that, extremely lucky. So I'm hoping that still stays the same. So I'll go ahead and show you guys my 4-month postpartum stomach right now. I'm wearing a fancy shirt with leggings, but yeah, so this is my postpartum right now. So it's definitely slimming down. My stomach has definitely slimmed down a lot. You can see, I still have that pooch right there, but we're getting there, you guys, we're getting there. But I have to say, the one thing I like is my butt is not as flat as it used to be. Like pre-pregnancy, I had the flattest booty. I finally got to like kind of start curving from doing squats and stuff with my trainer when I was really, really in shape there for a while. But then it kind of flattened out a bit because I didn't get as good and solid as I was for like the last like couple months before I got pregnant. And then when I got pregnant, my weight and everything, but it gave me a fuller butt, and that's been really nice. So I've been enjoying that. I hope that you guys enjoyed this 4-month update for Riley and me, because I kind of threw in my postpartum at the end. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and comment down below how everything is going with you guys. I know that there was a lot of other viewers that were having babies around the same time that are around the same age as Riley. I would love to hear about your guys' experience, your postpartum, and what you found to really work for you, and any tips and tricks that you guys might have. I want this to be like a really fun community where we just support each other down there, and I always love reading your guys' comments, so feel free to leave those down below, and I will see you guys in our next vlog.